Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. The local bourse just closed, and of course in economic data we did get mining output for May rising slightly. And of course an economy that is very important for our mining sector, China. Its economy grew more than expected in the second quarter. We do see the all share on the day with an uptick of almost 0.25%. That largely coming from the industrial 25 that's climbed more than 0.5%. Financial 15 eking out a gain of more than 0.1%. But backing that trend is the resources 10 complex declining 0.14%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the U.S. markets. And of course, we did have the consumer inflation print for June coming out in line with market expectations with an acceleration of 2.7%. We also did have three top U.S. banks coming out with their results, with their earnings surprising to the upside. We do have quite a mixed picture on that front, with the tech-heavy NASDAQ leading up 0.73%. The S&P 500, though, relatively flat, 0.02% below that flat line, and the Dow declining more than 0.5%. Let's check in on what's happening with the markets across the Atlantic. We are seeing a red picture on that front. The FTSE 100 actually at some point had an intraday record high, crossing that 9,000 point mark, but we're seeing a pullback there of almost 0.6%. The CAC 40 declining by almost 0.4%, and the DAX giving up 0.25%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. The local unit against the greenback at 17 rand 90 remaining pretty stable, although of course that is weaker than what we have seen over the last few weeks. The rand against the pound at 23 rand 99 and against the euro at 20 rand 79. Let's take a look on the at the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.16. Pound dollar at 1.33, and the yen just a little bit weaker against the US dollar at 149 against that currency.